And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met, such as food, baby formula, and the like. And you can apply now for anyone who's watching this who has been affected. There are FEMA personnel who are going door to door to interact personally with folks, especially those who do not have electricity. But also that aid, if you have electricity, can be applied for online, and I encourage people to do that. FEMA will just basically verify your address, and
What's
then
up, guys?
the process could take hold.
This is infuriating. It's infuriating. I cannot. Ugh. Got a lot to talk about tonight, and mostly about how awful these people are and how we're in the home stretch now, and it's getting wild. But first, let me say hey to everybody. What's up tonight? Alan Agajanian. Did I say that right? Numero uno. That's a brand new numero uno. Alan Krantz 2. Mark R. Trace. Congrats, guys. Hobbs is here. Pat Shigoya. Auto Mags. Blue 5. Alan is choosing another live. I hope it's boring. Just kidding. Just kidding. Enjoy. AC, Steve Bernard, JC Cool, Danielle, Golden Bachelorette. It's okay. You can go watch it. You won't hurt my feelings. I'll be here later on replay. BOA's class. We're going to talk about it. Yep. Linda Telley. What's up? The one. Joy Man. Craig Donor. Agent Orange. So now what? CJ Yuko. What's up? Lock up. Candace. Susan Michaels. Oh, thank you. That's very nice. Primo Bro. Blue Yoker, what Yokers? It's good to see you, man. Sliver Minecart 750. That's right. Yes, the one. Get the message at hand. Gets burned on the call. Help crypto community. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of others doing that, but yeah, Ham will do what he can, you know. Fernando, jump the Borg Unlimited, but if you're American, get shafted. That's very true, unfortunately. Robert Armstrong, Mike Mishler, Kathy. Isn't that speech supposed to come from the president? We don't have a president right now. Let's be honest. 750 for people, says Hobbs. Meanwhile, Hawaii fire still not rebuilt. Ukraine getting our money. Yeah, only 200 billion. You know, 200 billion. What's 200 billion when, you know, you can do this. Here you go. You have to apply for it online. By the way, I am about an hour and a half, 2 hours from all this stuff up in the mountains, okay? And I can tell you right now, 90% of them don't have internet. It is a wasteland up there. But hey, you have to apply for it online. Are you effing kidding me? This is a federal government. You're telling me they can't locate every house that was destroyed and find these people and have this stuff for them? President Bush, as much as I didn't like him, looking back, when Katrina came, everybody got debit cards with $2,000 on it. Now with inflation, that's like $3,000 today. And yet the Biden administration gives $700 to the Maui residents and $750 to these people. I don't know if you've seen this stuff. It's getting more and more unbelievable every day. It's getting it's just grosser and grosser. The stories coming out on this, guys. These people are evil. They've just chosen to be evil. I don't say that lightly. There's corruption, but we're at the point where we just have to call a spade a spade. What's happening in our government right now, as people are suffering, as Americans are suffering, it's just sick. And as more and more comes out with Diddy stuff, which I'm going to cover tonight too, we have some updates there. They know, they're showing us who they are. These are the worst people in the world. They are rich. They don't work for anything. They just take and take and take, and they give nothing back. And they play games, and they talk down to us and act like we're the stupid ones. And meanwhile, what makes them the worst is that they also just lie to us about how much they love us and how much they care about us and how they're better for us. But these people only care about power. It's all they care about at whatever cost, no matter how awful and disgusting the things they got to do to get that power is. They do not care. These people sell their souls. And that's where they're at. And I'm telling you right now, if you're not scared, if you haven't woken up yet to the fact that we are not dealing with the same old anymore. This is not politician versus politician. This is not policy versus policy. This is good versus evil. It's what it is. And Trump's not perfect. He's can be a mess. He has, his issues. I still love him. It's like having a best friend who's a mess. I love the guy because when he's there for you, he's there for you. And he backs you up, and he's got your back, and he fights, and he is awesome. He does everything I need him to do in my life as a president, as a leader. And that's it. I just, he's not classy like JD Vance last night. He's not polished. I don't care. It'd be nice to have all that in a package, right? But it's fine. I don't care. The truth is, though, he cares about people, American people, and he's fighting for us. And that's all that matters. So and on the other side, we have legitimately people who only care about themselves. They barely even care about each other. We're going to get to the Doug Emhoff story tonight. We're going to talk about that. 2 nights ago, they did a story on he's the new masculine man, and yet the guy's a total sleazebag, and there's more and more stuff coming out about him and how awful he is. That is Kamala Harris's husband, which makes sense. Sleazeballs are attracted to each other. But it's sickening. And last night was a great night because we had fun. We watched JD Vance crush Waltz. It was beautiful. And I have so much hope for this election. But until the election, we got to get through October 1st. It is day 2 of October, and things are getting nuts. It is getting absolutely nuts. Here is more on the hurricane and what's going on. This victim speaks out against Kamala Harris. Says there's no government aid, zero, none. Government's currently trying to arrest people delivering supplies via helicopter. I've heard this from multiple sources now. People trying to help are being turned down by the government, even arrested for trying to help privately. They're threatening to arrest these people, threatening to arrest people trying to effing help people survive. My aunt's 70 years old with mobility issues. Anyone know what the government's doing? Nothing. What the government's doing right now, the entire state of North Carolina, Tennessee, is nothing short of plain awful. I don't physically have the words for it because if you don't know, we have not heard from my aunt since Friday because of Hurricane Helene. There's no government aid. Zero. There are entire towns, no way in or out. Those roads are not drivable because of mudslides. There are doctors right now physically walking across that because their cars can't get through. There's no power. There is no water. They have no supplies. Government's trying to arrest people delivering these supplies. Joe Biden said we're doing all we can to help North Carolina. She's currently fundraising. Anyways, this woman tells the story. It's crazy, and this is only part of what you're hearing. We're starting to hear stories of there being so many dead bodies in some of these towns, and they're just leaving them to rot, and the stench is coming up, and the graveyards have gotten so much water in them that coffins are rising to the top. It's filthy. It's disgusting, and they're keeping the people trapped up there. It's absolutely terrible. It's horrific that we're allowing this to happen in our country. It just makes me sick. There's a crazy post right here this evening from a Peak Prosperity member to me via PM at my site. This is what they said. I can't post this online because it's not quite public yet, but government officials had a town meeting with the residents of Chimney Rock, told them the town was being bulldozed. Bodies and all, land was being seized by federal government. They would not be able to move back. Basically, their homes, once standing, no longer theirs. Federal government owned it all. I don't know what crazy play for land is. A lot of conspiracy about lithium mines. Let me tell you, someone lives in Charlotte, has friends who live in the area of Western North Carolina. They're not being helped. There's actually a stand-down operation by the federal government. Now, I'm just going to say this. I don't know how far this whole lithium mine thing goes. I don't. I've seen some very intriguing things. I'm not going out on a limb and saying this is 100% true. But I do think it's interesting. And I have heard now from multiple sources that people are getting offers for their land, all this stuff. And there's quartz mines, there's lithium. Just like in Maui, that prime real property that they wiped out, this could very well be a similar thing. And this is one of those things we're only going to fully know over time how true it is, but it's worth looking at, because at this point we can't trust our government at all. We can't trust them. And this makes sense because we know who they're in with. We know who Kamala's in with. She's in with BlackRock. They only care about money and power. That's it. And they want to make things miserable for us. Our friend owns an Airbnb in Chimney Rock. They had a town meeting yesterday. Someone from the government told them all those things in a town meeting, doesn't want the information getting out. They're not picking up the bodies. Stench of bodies everywhere is insane. Some reason government does not want to pick them up. Pastor of a local church is going to door delivering water, and they changed their delivery request to body bags because so many of the homes they've gone to have needed body bags. This is just crazy, guys. It says something evil is going on in the NC Mountains. I just don't want to be identified. Just today we filled up a trailer for a shelter in Hendersonville that had no food for moms and babies. In Chandler, North Carolina, 2,000 people haven't eaten anything or drank in 6 days and got an SOS message out for help. Trying to tag the Cajun Navy in Operation Airdrop, and people are dying by the minute. This is where we're at. This is what these people are doing, guys. Here's and I'm going to play this and I'm going to catch up with you guys. But here's a message. They're communicating by ham radio because they don't have their phones, their service, their internet stuff. So this is broadcast from a ham radio. So listen to this.
Black Mountain just released a statement today not to bring any more resources here, and that's the craziest thing that I have ever heard.
No, you're dead right. That's the reason we're not going to Black Mountain. The first load we took up there, the local government up there told us not to bring anything, and they said they didn't want anything, that they were waiting on the federal assistance. And then when we went up there another time to try to get stuff off, and we were told to take it to a federal FEMA camp, is what they said, and drop it off, and they would organize it for distribution to the people. It's still there.
Look, I can hear one thing. I could say be skeptical. I can hear it twice, be like, I don't know. You keep hearing it. This keeps coming out over and over and over again. They're pushing. They're making everybody wait on them. Whereas just today, Biden said they're sending out military help. Just today. That should have been ordered on day one. It's evil, and there's something going on. They're allowing people to be wiped out. And this is our government that wants to keep control as of November. And if they get emboldened with a win, this is the beginning. They are doing this in front of our faces in the home stretch of an election. They don't care. These people are so far gone. Kamala Harris, Biden, their whole team, they are so far gone. They have no care for people at all. They're so gone now. They can't even understand. They have no empathy in their hearts anymore. No sympathy anymore. They're soulless. And it's so bad now that they can't even realize how what they need to do with an election a month away. They don't even care enough to understand how bad this looks on them. This is crazy. I've just never seen anything like this. I've seen stuff like this, but never in the timing. And it just shows me that these people are worse than we even want to believe. It's just how it is. All right, let me catch up on some comments before I go to the next story. Candace says, it's funny we never seen Kamala before briefing on anything. Now she's the only one we see. Never by. Yeah, exactly. It's your unbirthday today, Hobbs. Mine too, until my real birthday in 2 days. 41, baby. It's coming quick. Sliver Minecart, can we leave America and come back as illegals? We'd be treated better. Blue 5, all those missiles from the U.S. Navy intercepting Iran missiles could be feeding Americans. I mean, it's like we don't even... Yeah, I don't know. Don't get me started. Hobbs, apply for it online if you can even get online if they didn't screw Elon Musk. I know. 20,000, I think, people could have gotten Starlink if the government hadn't shut down, or maybe it was even more in North Carolina right now. Hurricane flood came to end Biden and Harris campaign presidency. We got to hope for. We really got hope. Blue 5, you saw Fox shining the Port Union boss like he's a mobster making $1 million a year. He is making a lot of money. Candace, Biden did a memo. He's letting in another 100,000 people from a bunch of other countries. Oh my God, it's terrible. Red October for sure. There's only 2 days in October, guys, and it's only going to get worse. I'm telling you right now, these next few weeks, this is a beginning. These next few weeks are the craziest things we're going to see. I'm telling you right now. Just Mike, NC is a red state, but it's also considered a swing state because it voted for Obama back in 2008. I think that was the last time I voted blue, but Trump won it by 1.5 last time. It was close. Yeah, we got to pray for these people, man. Government can now offer people money for the land valued 5 years ago, not today's prices. Exactly. Yep. Human sacrifice, probably deal with the devil to be present. I mean, at this point. Alan, don't want to be mean. Some people could lose it. Alan, that is mean. There's kids there, man. That's what I care about. Frogirl, Ace, how do we help? Having a hard time finding these poor people. I don't know, honestly. I mean, I'm getting ready, and so in I think a week or two, we're trying to put together some at my work, and so I might be gone 3 or 4 days going up to the mountains and helping. But I know I can't get up there right now. There are people like the what's it called? Samaritan's Purse is Franklin Graham's group, and they're allowing them in, so you could donate to them, I think. Reprobate, Craig. That's a good word for him. Exactly. All right, Thomas. God bless you, man. I'm sorry you're exhausted, but we know you're here. We feel you, and praying for your health, buddy. Candace, you're worried about the election in these states. What are they going to do to make it so these people can vote? It's going to happen. We're going to have to happen. I'm telling you right now, listen, let's get into the faith aspect for a second here. God is not happy with this. Okay? God cares about people. God's not as political as some people want to believe, but he's also not apolitical. He does care about justice. That's what it comes down to for God. The rest of the time, he's like, you guys do what you want, and as long as you're not hurting people, and like, there's a lot more to that. I'm not talking about salvation. I'm talking about like him intervening. But when there's injustice going on, and there's been so much injustice, think of all the children trafficked and missing from the border, and all the horrible things been going on around the world because of these people, and in America because of these people that are leading us right now. And now this, I mean, this, I think we're going to see a massive red wave. And I do believe if we all show up and do what we can, God's going to back us, and we're going to send these people out, and justice is going to come for them. I greatly believe that. Randy says Democrat priorities are LGBTQ agenda, climate change, abortion, gun control, open border, whatever else Soros wants. Yeah, not just whatever else Soros wants, but that is all true. It's also all stuff that just degrades and ruins humanity over time. You notice how every single one of those things are anti-human and anti-future. LGBTQ, for whatever it is, whatever, I do what you want in your own bedroom. I don't care about that. I don't give a flip. But what I do care is when you push on kids. What I do care is you're trying to co-opt more people into being something that they're not. It's not everybody who identifies that is gay. Some people really struggle with that. I get it. I don't even get into it. But it used to be like 3 or 4%, and now in this new generation, it's like 25% identify that way. That's indoctrination. That's propaganda. That's evil. And what happens? Well, I'm sorry, but when you're trying to bump this together, babies aren't made. So that's anti-future. Climate change, anti-future, because it's all about killing us now. People are the devil. People are ruining the earth. It's all about making us clamp down. You know what happens when we give up the energy we have, all the advancements we've made? People die. Birth rates go down, everything. Abortion, anti-human, anti-future. Okay, gun control, give the government control so you don't have freedom. Again, anti-future, anti-human. Open border, flood in so that everything gets torn down. Anti-future, anti-human. That is what they are. They hate humanity. You know who else hates humanity? Satan. The devil hates humanity. He is he's the great enemy from the beginning. He hates man. He's got struck down from heaven. What did Satan want to be? He wanted to be like God. He couldn't be. God cast him down. Okay, cast him out of heaven with 1/3 of the angels that had followed him. Which, why is it 1/3? Because he was an archangel, 1 of 3 with Gabriel and Michael, and 1/3 got cast down. And Satan hates anything that looks like God. And you know what God did? God put him on earth, and then he created us, and he said, I'm making you in my own image. Well, so Satan hates us because Satan wanted to be God. And then Satan created man and was like, you're in my image. And now Satan hates man because of that, because we are what he wanted to be. And although to a greater extent. And that's, he hates us because we're the children of God. And everything the Democrats promote is anti-human. It is. They hate everything humanity. And that's where the good versus evil comes in. Cindy Lou, the people and the applicants saying they're taking the donations, kicking out volunteers aren't FEMA trained. Only donations they can't take is donated to churches. You know the other part about that? They have an approved vendors list of who they receive money from, and it's all big business. It's all about the money. Alan, have I seen the videos of FEMA going to neighborhood homes, can remove extra food or supplies from your home without paying you back? That's crazy. That's crazy. Trump fans, Jerry Album Israel. Well, welcome to the show. I haven't seen you before. All right, let's keep going here because, listen, it's October 2nd. It's October 2nd. Things are crazy and getting crazier. And I think we got 5 weeks of this, guys. I think we have 5 weeks where every day there's going to be something. I really do. It just seems like something switched. As soon as October 1st hit, the craziness is here. Look at this today. Bank of America outage. People's balances showing zero or not being able to access their accounts for the last hour. This affected millions of people. I think I heard 17 million people at one point. Just absolutely insane. This doesn't happen. This isn't supposed to happen unless there are severe issues in our banking system right now. And I think there is. Remember the other day, we saw all these people that are going to, they were taking money. We didn't know who was taking all the money from the, reverse repo funds. And people were speculating it's Bank of America. It's Bank of America. And now we got this happening today. I think Bank of America might be on the verge of collapse. If Bank of America collapses, our system will collapse. It is a massive bank. It's not Chase Manhattan big, but it is massive. And it will trigger sell-offs. It will be 2008 on steroids. So we've got to be watching this very carefully, but and closely, because this is pretty wild. This should just never happen. We have the infrastructure to handle all this. So, Jerry, dude, you got to cut it down or I'm kicking you. Okay? You're blowing up the chat with just spam and stuff. So, Hobbs says, make them riot was trending all day long. They'd release more garbage, get to debate on the news. That's part of it, too. That is absolutely part of it, too. Thank you, technology. You liked the live last night? It was fun. It was fun seeing that JD Vance just go ham on the guy. All right, I saw this today, too. This is crazy. Bill B. Wells Fargo, 2 Blue 5? Yeah, we'll see. Alan says, overnight rates repo. It is Bank of America. Why is Buffett selling? Yeah, Buffett's selling it so much, too. All right. This guy, Jerry, is gone. Sorry. That's annoying. All right. This is crazy too. All right. So this guy, I follow him back. He seems like a nice guy. I haven't vetted him, so I can't tell you if his stuff's 100% true or not. But I'm going to share this anyways, and you guys do with it what you want because it does seem possible to me. So I spoke to my guy in D.C. So much to unpack from this. Here it is in a nutshell. Significant uptick in chatter and terror threat in upcoming weeks. FBI is currently tracking several legitimate terrorist threats inside the U.S. Better than 50-50 chance of a terror attack. And this is why. Harris campaign internal polling is very bad. Full-blown crisis on the campaign right now. Watch for full-blown MSM blitz on negativity with Trump and Vance, couple planted stories. Talk about a brand new Russian collusion hoax. We've already seen some of that. They are going to try and dig up some stuff. Jack Smith right now is trying to get some documents unsealed of crimes he's caught Trump in since 2020. It's all nonsense, but they're going to try it. But here's the deal. People are so fed up about the real stuff that's impacting everybody that they're not going to care. Kamala Harris's campaign is tanking right now. Last night was just a shot in the arm for us and a major attack for them because Tim Walz got exposed as a buffoon. He's got exposed as a buffoon. And so when you see these people failing left and right, people are struggling and they look like idiots, you put all that together, it's disaster. We're heading for a red wave election. We are. But it's going to keep ramping up because they know they're losing. Trump rally in Wisconsin moved indoors due to lack of proper amount of security is not the real reason. Credible threats against Donald Trump tied to assassination team with ties to Iran is in the United States. Expectation of another attempt at his life. And he says, if you can vote early, please vote early. Expectation voting day problems will happen this year. Some may be extensive. This is a kind of point where we have to, be careful because I can't tell you if voting early is better or not. Okay. I just can't say that. You do what you feel led to do. But this is absolutely true. Determined effort to keep Donald Trump from winning the election. So, false flags, whatever. But the point is false flags, people still get hurt. So I'm not worried. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm not scared of this kind of stuff. What I'm telling you is to prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves mentally and emotionally because it's going to get wild. And, prepare yourselves for a week or two just in case. Have a week's worth of supplies, 2 weeks worth of supplies just in case things get wild for a bit. Whether it's power outages, attacks, the government tries to do some lockdown stuff. They're going to do everything they can to steal this election from Trump. It's not going to work. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to work. But they are going to try to scare the snot out of us. They are. And Hobbs says, people on X trying to say Trump said make them right, do it from the documents, but it wasn't Trump. Oh, yeah, totally. Jack Smith looks like Hunter Biden. You think so? Hillary Clinton said something big is going to happen. I know, I covered that, and I got more from Hillary tonight. You're going to see. You wonder if something's going to come out about Kamala and Diddy? Might. Let me start getting there. But first, all right, Daily Mail, which I love Daily Mail. They actually report news. Doug Emhoff slapped his ex-girlfriend, friends claim. So this is a story from Daily Mail. Doug Emhoff is Kamala Harris's husband. This is who we're supposed to believe is this great guy, supporter of women. I got to turn ad blocker off. Sorry, guys. Give me a second here. All right. There we go. Now they're happy. All right. So Kamala Harris's husband, Doug Emhoff, forcefully slapped his ex-girlfriend. Ew. Nobody wants to see that. Can I just see the story, please? God, Lord almighty. All right, this is the problem with news sites these days. They don't make any money. They don't make any money anymore because nobody wants to buy stuff. So they just smack it with ads. All right, here we go. Kamala Harris's it's not moving with it. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to read it if you guys can't see it. Kamala Harris's husband, Doug Emhoff, forcefully slapped ex-girlfriend for flirting with another man and booze-fueled assault after date to Starstead Gala. Second gentleman, Doug Emhoff, 59, allegedly struck the woman in the face so hard she spun around while waiting in a valet line late at night after May 2012 Cannes Film Festival. One of her friends told Daily Mail the woman called him immediately after the incident, sobbing in her cab, and described the alleged assault. Not naming the woman, a second friend said that she'd been dating for 3 months, told her about the alleged violence. Third friend told them it happened in 2014, counted the whole event. This guy is scum. He's scum. There's a lot of details in here, so the odds are it's true. Usually you can tell with anonymous stories if it's not true because it's generalized, not many details. This guy, there's a reason this is coming out. And I'm telling you right now that they've had 8 years of Trump. Okay, 8 years. And they've put out everything they can on him. All they can do now is try to make up more stuff. There's nothing new. And so they don't have anything. Kamala Harris, on the other hand, Oppo research, I'm guaranteeing you, we're going to see a bunch of crap come out this October on her. Hillary already warned about it. And the reason is because they have been holding this stuff. Kamala Harris is new. She's relatively new on the scene. She was a senator. She was vice president. But she really has only been in a presidential campaign for 2 months. She didn't get far in the primaries in 2020. She dropped out too soon for it to matter. So we didn't get the Democratic Oppo research on her. She became vice president relatively late in this cycle. And this is going to be the time when all the Kamala Harris stuff is going to start coming out. And they didn't even wait more than a day into October. October 2nd, they started releasing stuff. My feeling is it's going to really ramp up on Kamala Harris. Here we go. Doug Emhoff timeline, 2009. Impregnated his child's nanny. Not only impregnated his child's nanny, cheated on his wife with the nanny. Okay, he was still with his wife. 2012, physically assaults his girlfriend. 23 lectures, that's on toxic masculinity. 24, held for redefining masculinity. This is going to be the first gentleman, they call it. But not only did he impregnate his child's nanny while married, he also forced her to get an abortion. That part's not in here. This guy is trash. Look at his face. This is supposed to be the new face of masculinity. This fat goober slob who's never worked out a day in his life, who likes to beat women and force them to have abortions. This is the guy. Here's Jen Psaki, just, can't control herself, how excited she is. These people are so evil, guys. They're so awful. Jim says, you don't see Russian, Chinese, or Iranian banks being hacked. Why? Yeah, why would they be? They actually have security. Hobbs, can't wait for the pictures after the slap comes out, security cam footage, and lady do interviews on TV. Oh, I have a feeling it might come. Yeah. Remember when Trump came to the Hillary Clinton debate and he brought a bunch of the women who'd accused Bill Clinton with him? Trump has a way of getting to these people and getting them out in the open. Candace Owens coming out with things from her so-called family. Exactly. Told the kids don't get attached to the goats. Brett Montgomery. So Emhoff's playing the generic Captain Save. Oh, jeez. Kind of sounds like Wall's playing the generic. I think of Governor. Yeah, he's right. Do I think this is what Hillary could be referring to? Nope. It's going to get so much worse. He does look cross-eyed. Sorry, sir. Doing my best. I'm surrounded by assholes. That's what he looks like. October's already wild. It's 2 days. We've had a month's worth of major stories in the first 2 days of October. The dock strike, the vice presidential debate was huge. The hurricane stuff, the response from Kamala, Israel being attacked by Iran. I mean, my God. Doug Emhoff slapping his wife or his girlfriend. It's crazy, guys. Yeah, he's paid $80K to keep it hush. That's right. Do I think Kanye West will be caught up in Diddy? I don't think so. Kanye came out years ago and he started saying all these guys. He called Diddy a Fed. I mean, Kanye might have gotten caught up in some of those parties, don't get me wrong, but I think Kanye got out and that's why they hate him so much. So, but yeah, this is all right. This all right, you guys are ready for Diddy stuff, so let's get to it because I'm ready too. All right. I'm going to play this whole video because this is worth listening to. It's 4 minutes long. But this is the author of Kim Porter's book. Kim Porter was close to Diddy. I think she had his kids. She's dead now. And anyway, she had a bunch of notes and put a book together before she died. And this guy's putting it out there. Made a bombshell claim about Diddy's tape, saying they would take down Hollywood and the entire entertainment industry. Listen to this. I'm going to play this whole thing. I want you guys to listen to this.
The claim that Kim Porter kept copies of Diddy's alleged sex tapes as leverage. What evidence do you have to support this narrative?
The tapes.
So you actually have tapes?
I'm not going to do fully comment. Let's just say there's tapes that exist. Yeah.
Well, let's ponder around that.
There's
the investigators in the case that is now filed.
Yes.
Right. Say that they were in possession of tapes. They can actually confirm that there are tapes,
Sure.
as well as baby oil, as well as all of the other things that they
Yes.
found.
Yeah.
And so with that, we do know from that perspective that the DA involved in the case that Diddy is now facing.
Federal government.
Yes, the DA and the federal government have tapes.
Attorney General.
And so my question is, there's a claim that Porter kept copies of, and this is in your book,
Yes.
that she kept copies of Diddy's alleged tapes as leverage, right? And in making that, it would be assumed that you would, or the possession of those tapes, you've seen them, you have them, you know about them. And like I said, what evidence do you have to support the narrative?
Yes, there are tapes that exist.
Okay.
Okay, so real quick. Diddy's lawyers already come out and said he's naming names. It says 120 have come forward and other awful stuff. And the people seem to be freaking out over this Diddy stuff. And now this guy is saying, I have the tapes. But they're going to the feds. So interesting. But it seems like this is getting so out of hand. This is already, you could argue, further along than the Epstein stuff. As far as like what the people are going to know and can get out there. Because this is much more public because of X. A lot of that Epstein stuff you had to find behind the scenes, like the paintings on his wall of Clinton and Bush and all that craziness. But anyways, keep listening.
Okay. The book alleges that Diddy kept a vault of tapes documenting his alleged sexual encounters. Was there any hard evidence that such a vault existed?
The sources say there was a vault that existed, yes. And some of the tapes were flown out of the country on a private jet. That's from the sources directly, so I have to believe them. If she's angry, if she was abused, if she's fighting back, because we know through, and I'm going to reveal some of these other things that are on the drive that discuss why she was doing it and when, okay?
So you didn't, these are other things that you didn't include in, and why did you keep that out?
Correct, because I can't reveal everything at once. It's too shocking. If I was to release those tapes, the world would shut down.
Oh, you guys hear that? I can't release it all at once. If I did, the world would shut down. I have to release it a little bit at a time. He didn't say, because the government's told me I have to, I can't do everything. Some of it's in federal, whatever jurisdiction. No, he said I can't release it all at once because the world will shut down. Let me back that up real quick again.
Everything at once. It's too shocking. If I was to release those tapes, the world would shut down. Okay? If I showed one of these tapes, I'm telling you right now, the whole music industry and Hollywood, it would just grind down like this. They're all going to start pointing at each other like this, and it's going to be bad. We've already set it up. We have multiple attorneys. We know how to do it. It's not my first rodeo. I solved the greatest murder case in history, 3 of them. I know how to do it. We're going to do it, but just going to come in pieces. And there's also ways we can, let's say, not censor it, but we can kind of soften it, right? Like the whole tape doesn't have to come out. All the tape, I don't have.
How crazy is it that he's saying these tapes are so bad that they have to soften it? And somebody just said, you say they have the tapes, Epstein, don't tell him. But this guy doesn't seem scared. Isn't that interesting? And he says, it's not my first rodeo. So I don't know why this guy's so confident. But this is very interesting. I don't know the famous murders he saw. I'll have to look into it. But I just saw this right before I came on tonight. So, but this is absolutely wild, guys. But I don't think this is going to disappear, Jordan. I don't. Because you can't get out ahead of it like this as easy and not happen. So anyways, let's keep listening.
Have all the tapes. There's other people that have the tapes. I can't control them. We already know they're shopping in Hollywood. We have proof of other people telling us. We actually didn't have that one they showed. So there's multiple out there. Remember.
Did you hear that? He already knows there's tapes out there with other people and they're being shopped in Hollywood. That means some of these are you can buy them. That's pretty crazy.
This has been going on for 30 years. So I'm not the only one who has them. I think I have specific ones that no one has. But so, yeah, it's gonna be extremely shocking. We've got to be really just kind of one step at a time.
But you can confirm nor deny that what you claim to have, that no one else has, correct?
I would say this. Let's say there's 10 tapes, right?
So this is a hypothetical.
Yeah. Hypothetically, there's 10 tapes. There's a couple of those that no one has, but the flash drive has. I can pretty much guarantee.
And how can you?
Because if anybody has those, they're going to go to jail. If they release what I believe they think they have or they want to release, they will most likely go to jail. That's why we're working with the federal government. We're working with the federal government.
Oh, you're currently working with the federal government?
Well, not like what you're saying.
No. I want to be clear. I don't want to make
We're going to give them to the federal government.
Oh, so you're going to give the tapes to the federal government?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Pretty crazy. I'm going to do more research on this guy. Robert says, body language guy says he's lying. He blinks hard every time he says yes. Total tell he's like, I don't know. I don't agree. And the reason I don't agree, now you could be proven right. Let me just say that. But in my opinion, a lot of his stories matching up with stuff I know for a fact is true. One of those things for a fact is that Kim Porter did have tapes, and she was planning to expose Diddy. She had a lot of stuff. She'd record a lot of stuff before she died. All that. So that's all true. And I got to look this guy up to see what his murders he solved is, but that's a pretty bold claim to say if he doesn't have anything to back it up with. But the point is that even if this guy's lying, even if we know something else is going on and there's stuff coming. And the reason I believe it's coming really bad soon is because all Hillary.
It's dangerous stuff.
All right, you guys ready to listen to Hillary for a minute? I know it's not easy, but Hillary Clinton addressing Pizzagate, dismissing as conspiracy. Why is she talking about this again? Why would she want to talk about this? What has she got? What is she getting ready to hide? Ready?
Look, I mean, the crazy story about me running a child trafficking operation out of a basement of a pizzeria. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. It was a huge story. And it got one young man in North Carolina to get in his car with his, assault rifle and drive up to liberate these non-existent children and shoot up a pizzeria in Washington, D.C. This is dangerous stuff. It starts online, often on the dark web. It migrates. It's picked up by the pro-Trump media. It's then reported on by everybody else, which makes sure it has about 100% coverage. And people believe it. So I don't know what it's going to be, but it will be something, and we'll have to work very, very hard to make sure that it is exposed as the lie that it is.
Okay. Hillary is obviously terrified. Here's Inspector General report. They put this graphic up here. Hillary Clinton Foundation, crime against children. That's about the Haitian children, okay? Obviously, the Anthony Weiner laptop, which by all accounts is horrific. All the stuff on there. So, guys, could all this stuff be lining up to start dripping out this month? How wild would that be? For one thing, it would guarantee they lose the election. That's a no-brainer. But, for another thing, they're going to get crazier trying to fight it. Okay. That's what we're looking at. And so this is why we got to get prepared for what could come, because if Hillary's out there, obviously scared, obviously trying to get ahead of stuff. And I don't know when this interview was, but I know for certain, she already said, get ready. They're going to put stuff out there about Kamala that's going to pervert and distort her. So that tells me she knows something's coming. They're trying to front run this. And then the Diddy stuff, I mean, just get ready, guys. I can tell you that I know some things from deep research I've done on the web that is unspeakable on YouTube, and I wouldn't even talk about in public. I don't know how much of it is 100% true. I can say there's a lot of evidence that really makes it seem true, and I'm not just talking about the Hillary Clinton video that most people know about. I'm talking about a lot of other stuff with Diddy, with the Clintons, with a lot of these people in power, almost all of them in our government, actually, probably 70 to 90% of them. It's horrific stuff, and it's shocking, and it makes you angry, and it's hard to sleep when you learn this stuff. And I don't know if everybody needs to know it, but like that guy said, there are things that should just be trickled out, because it's shocking. It's the kind of stuff that you see in horror movies that you don't even want to watch. Like, it's the kind of, and the people who do watch them, you're like, why are you watching those movies, man? Those are gross. It's horrific stuff. And I think, I don't know how stuff's going to come out and I don't know how deep they'll go, but I'm telling you, the Diddy stuff seems like it's really on point to head to that direction of exposure and the dark secrets. Then on the other side, we have the fact that she's clearly afraid about Kamala, so stuff coming out on her. And I don't know if it's going to be Kamala stuff from Diddy, or if it's going to be Kamala stuff that's Oppo research that comes out from, that's released from somebody to newspapers behind that. But I'm just telling you guys, if any of this stuff comes out, it's going to get crazy. Randy, do I watch Whitney Webb? I don't really like Whitney Webb. It's not that I don't think she's brilliant. It's not that I don't think she knows her stuff. It's that Whitney Webb is completely black-pilled about everybody. She has no hope at all and she doesn't believe any of these people are good. And I can't listen to somebody like that, because she's wrong. She's 100% wrong about that. And so I don't listen to her stuff. I can't listen to people who have no hope. I just can't. It doesn't do anything good for me, even if they have good research and stuff. I used to listen to Whitney, but in my opinion, she's never added anything to the stuff I already knew. So I don't listen to Whitney Webb. Randy, the music industry in Hollywood are evil leftists. Yes, they are. And we've known that for a long time. Pretty sure Gensler got diddled by Diddy. Oh, God. Vim, man, you think this all revolves around these powerful men and females were present or participating in them having sex with kids? Yeah, some of that's true. Jordan says, my opinion, they're going to start World War III. All this will disappear. Hope I'm wrong. But if it's that damn, he won't release. I disagree, Jordan. I think we're actually at the point where some of it will release. We're going to start seeing this stuff happen. I think we're about to enter a really hard time because of how shocking this is going to be to so many people, and because of what they're going to do to try to stop it. It's going to be difficult, but we're going to get through it and get to a much better time on the other end, because I do think exposure's coming. I also don't think we're getting into World War III. I think they're going to try. I think it's going to get really close. It's already close. I think they're going to push and push and push. But my hope and prayer is that's going to hold off until the election, and Trump's going to come in and it'll be diffused. That's my hope. I could be wrong, but that's my hope. And I do think that's possible. Vince says, rumors of tapes about to come out, something bad for the campaign. Where'd you hear that from? I mean, I believe you, but where'd you hear it from? What if Trump has a tape of Willie Clinton and Diddy? Oh, my God. Yeah, I know, Hero. The Haiti stuff is terrible. What did Diddy do to Justin Bieber? I don't know the details, but you can guess. I mean, I've heard enough to know that it's disgusting. All these Hollywood people connect Diddy to Kamala supports. Yeah, they are. 100% they are. You know why? Because they know she getting back in is the only chance they have of keeping their secrets. Here's Ian Carroll, who's just awesome, and he does such good stuff on this research on this stuff. Fantastic. He's my favorite investigative person right now. He just is. He's fantastic, independent, does amazing stuff. Says, I've been saying it as the start of what the Diddy case will expose. It wasn't just racketeering and sex trafficking, not just cameras, a sexual blackmail ring. It wasn't even just drugging and gang raping little boys and girls at freak-offs. The ones they killed will never file a lawsuit, but there are many. This is just my speculation, but I feel confident making it based on the patterns, evidence, victim testimonies. Definitely wasn't just Diddy. Day will come, we will name names other than Sean Combs, and there's a lot of names. Who do you think's on that list? Some of this stuff's crazy. I mean, this came out yesterday. Dave faces new sexual allegations from 120 accusers, including a 9-year-old. I mean, how filthy are these people? Time frame of the acts complained of is very wide. Conducted issues span from the years 91 all the way to this year, 2024. It's absolutely wild stuff. Let me move this over here. Day will come, we'll name names other than Sean Combs. There's a lot of names. Long list already. Because of the nature of this case, we're going to make damn sure we're right before we do that. I mean, that lines up with a lot of the stuff that guy was saying too. And the final one says, Busby said Diddy's youngest victim was just 9 years old when the rapper sexually assaulted them. Yeah. I mean, this is sick, guys. I'm telling you. And they're all in on it. They're all in on it. The politicians, the entertainers, all of it. And it's all starting to come out. We cannot let them win. We can't. And that's why I don't even allow myself to think of them winning. I can't afford to think about it. We have to win this. And we're going to win it if we show up and do it. Trump has to get in. This is so much bigger than stupid politics. It is. Not that politics are stupid. They matter, obviously. But you know what I mean. This is so much bigger than just our disagreements on like certain things, you know, how much the government should spend, all that. We're talking about the lives of so many people, the entire structure of power in our country, from media to entertainment to the actual politicians, the government themselves. It's all starting to happen, and this stuff is just nuts. Cassink says a friend of Kamala Harris's family reached out to Candace Owens with some info about family tree. I'm excited to see what comes out. CBT says Fall Cabal series cost Janet Osberg her life. Must be something there. Yeah, that Fall Cabal series is pretty crazy. I don't believe everything in it, but I definitely think there's enough in there that is true or close enough to the truth that it mattered, because she did die, and that's a good indicator that there was something there. Housekeeping alert. Please hit like button, subscribe. Thanks, Brett. Appreciate you. Yeah, please like, share, subscribe, guys. I really appreciate it. And if you guys want to support the channel, you can become a member for just $3 a month. That's all I ask, is $3 a month. And with that, you get into the Discord. You get my members' lives. That's how I support the channel, by creating extra content for members, so that I can find the time to do this. Because I could not do this as much as I do if I was just doing it for free. I just would not be able to justify it to my wife and kids. So supporting the channel enables me to do more stuff. And so I thank you guys, all you members. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. And if you want to join that, it's $3 a month. That's all I ask. It's not much, but it does help. So I keep it as cheap as I possibly could to make any sense for you guys, but to also make sense for myself, because this is a lot of work, doing all this research and recording and all that. So, and if you can't do anything, I totally understand. You can like, share, subscribe for free. Oh, and there's a new feature on YouTube where if you like the video, you can also press hype. And that hype button, you only get 3 a week, I think. That hype button helps promote my video considerably. So if you guys hit that as well, I appreciate it. Just remember, Trump's been focusing on talking about pedos, child trafficking. Now Hollywood and corrupt DC getting exposed. 100%. Yeah, 100%. All right, here we go. This too. All right, remember last night when they cut off J.D. Vance? Well, they cut him off when he was talking about this. And those Haitians that came to America in Springfield that are eating the cats and the ducks and everything, they are legal, but this is how they became legal. And they didn't want this getting out. That's why they cut his mic in the debate. But look what this guy did. This is very interesting. This is the CBP1 app. Let me play this for you guys, the full thing. It's only a minute and a half. This is very interesting.
After watching that vice presidential debate last night, I was curious just how easy that CBP1 app was to use. So I downloaded it.
So once you create an account from the main page, you just have to choose if you're the smuggler or the smugglee. Then you just got to fill in basic info, first name, last name, you know, all the basics. I don't know my gender yet. I'm still figuring that out. Now it's time to take a selfie, and passport or any identification is also optional.
Then it asks you which state you're headed to.
Passport
I
optional.
said I didn't know the address. I didn't know the city. I just chose California, and then I added the first zip code that Google gave me for California. And that's it. I'm good to go. It does let you choose between like 8 different bridges to meet under. I chose the Eagle Pass bridge to meet under.
That
I just
crazy?
have to wait until noon, so a couple more hours to actually make my appointment. Now I know what you're saying. That's not you. That's Carlos Mencia. Correct. I was just trying to show you how easy it was to register. I'm just a white dude from Michigan. This took me 5 minutes. Someone who really wants to get into this country, get temporary asylum with open-ended expiration dates, they'll just use their own picture. I said I have no documentation, I have no ID, no passport, no license. There is no way to cross-check who I say I am with who I really am. All they go off of is the picture that you submit.
All right, how crazy is that? Do you guys see how easy that is to become an asylum seeker in America and get here legally? That's insane. 5 minutes, and it gave them bridges to meet under. This is craziness. And Tim Walz lied last night. He said this was on. This was a law since 1990. It wasn't. It was created under Biden and Kamala, this app and their asylum policy and all that. So, but that's, guys, that's insane. Can you believe that? It's absolutely insane. And that's how 20,000 Haitians got to Springfield, which, you know, they put them there on purpose. It's Ohio. It's a swing state. So anyways, this is insane. By the way, Hero at Large, what's up, man? The $10 donation. Thank you, Hero. That means a lot, man. Thank you for all the support you've given me. I greatly appreciate it. And he says, best family on YouTube. I got to agree. This is the best community on YouTube. I love you guys, and we all learn so much from each other. It's great. Peter Udoka with a $10 donation as well. Thank you, Peter. He says, thanks for consistently bringing us the news. Let's keep going. God's with us. Amen, brother. Absolutely. Listen, I want to keep bringing you guys the news and the way to break it down, the way to understand it as I see it, because I've just been doing this a long time. I get these people, and I'm a dork when it comes to news and research. So that's how I'm able to do it. But I love doing it. But and it's because of guys like you that I can do it as much. So thank you so much for that. Both of you guys, I really appreciate it. Shogun says, will they give me food stamps or EBT if I file my dog through that app? Likely. I would say likely. Where's the money app? Good question. Mike Michler, JD hit a home run with women last night. He did. He was great. Randy Lockfield says, how's this election even close? It's not. It only looks close because the media is controlling what we see. Well, to an extent, thank God for X. They are trying to rig what we see so we believe it's close. I'll tell you right now, it's not close. This election is not close. Trump has got 55 to 65% of the people, maybe more. He really does. With all the rigging and all that going on, that's going to make it look closer on election day. But I still believe, I actually believe, we could see a red tsunami on election day. I do. I think that it's possible if 60% of voters come out and they're for Trump, 60 to 65%, even if it's like 57%, there's not enough cheating for them to prevent a landslide. There's not. And here's one of the things I haven't talked about as much before, but one of the reasons they can't completely rig it is because they don't control all the states. They control some, and they really try to control others, and they have some influence, but it's getting harder and harder. And I'm telling you guys, I think Trump's going to win big election day, and they know it, and they're freaking out. Why? Ask yourself this. Why would Kamala be freaking out when she sees internal polls that are really bad unless they knew they can't steal it? Ask yourself that. Unless they knew it was out of hand for them to steal it. We're all worried about that, right? I get it all the time. They're just going to steal it anyways. But why are they worried then? That makes no sense. Because they obviously are. We've seen the panic. It's very clear. Kamala is breaking down lately. Katie Cat with the 5 memberships. Thank you, Katie. Wicked is now back in. Bob from Boston, welcome. William Young, Michael Boyle, John Waddell. You've all got memberships now from Katie Cat. You now get the extra bonus member lives that I try to do once a week. So usually 3 to 4 a month for that. And then you also can now get into the Discord. So that's awesome. Mike Mishler, Timmer. Lyrical. Katie Cat almost at 100 likes. We are on almost at 100 likes. Can we pass it? I have 200 people watching. I think we can pass this, guys. We can do it. 103. Well done. BM Pro says, thank you for hitting the like, subscribe. We can get over 100. We did. We made it. What if more ballots are counted than registered voters? Good question. I don't think they'll care. But I still think Trump could win because I think there'll be enough registered voters who do it. So, but Basel, I think, no, it wasn't more than registered voters, but the voting trend of 2020 was far above the percentage of registered voters who usually vote, which was very fishy. But I don't think it quite went over registered voters, although I think in a couple states it did, or at least a couple counties. Early night election night, that's what I'm praying for, Hero. Shogun, we want that ace from last night for election night. Oh, dude, don't worry. I'm bringing it election night. Unless Kamala, somehow they rig it, then you'll get angry, depressed ace while also drinking. But I think election night's going to be a big party. I really do. I think it's going to be wild. I think we're going to see some craziness, but I think it's going to be a big party. This is how I think election night's going to go down. You guys ready? There's a reason I saved this for last. It's just too perfect. All right, this is Trump on election night with Kamala. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Let me replay it. I pressed the wrong transition. All right. Just imagine that Vince McMahon is Kamala Harris. I actually don't. That'll probably get us in trouble. Imagine he's the Democratic Party. That's better. Oh, man. That's a real slap right there. That is awesome. Let's rewind it. This is just too good. Vince McMahon, Democratic Party, Trump. Oh, dissed. You're not going to win. Taunt. That's a good slap, man. Trump could do the slap competition when he was younger. That's going to be election night, friends. You think Hawkamaniac's in the doghouse? I think Hawk wrote tonight. Hawk, by the way, I am so sorry I outed you last night. That was terrible. But I think Hawk, if you're out there, man, let me know you're okay. Let me know your wife didn't kill you. Good sell by Vince. You can hear the slap. Did you hear it? You can actually hear it. Unless it's Vince's hand. I don't think it is, though. No, he clocks him. You can hear it. Listen. That's beautiful. You imagine there was a communist. There you go. Brett says, since Puff Daddy did the tribute song for Notorious B.I.G., who's going to write one for Puff Daddy? Bill Wang or Bieber? Bieber won't. Bieber's out, man. Bieber, you know what? I used to make fun of Bieber, but Bieber's been, he's a good dude now, man. He got out He got out of all the craziness, turned his life around. He loves Jesus now, and it's for real. Like Stephen Baldwin, he married Stephen Baldwin's daughter. And Stephen Baldwin's a longtime believer, conservative in Hollywood, good dude. And I listened to him on the PBD Contact, a podcast the other day. He said Bieber's like legit the real thing. So I don't think Bieber would be singing any songs for Diddy. Really don't. The 5 fingers say the face. They say wrestling's fake, right, Mike? He grips his teeth before contact. I mean, it's all a setup. He knew it was coming, but I love that they actually let him do it. Butter says Vince pitched wrestling before anything in the world. He probably told Trump to lean into it. Oh, I bet he did. Yeah, I bet he did. I bet Trump was like, "Hey, Vince, you guys, you ready for tonight? We're gonna do the slap. I don't want to hurt you." And Vince was like, "No, you're gonna hit me as hard as you can, like do it. We want to sell this." And that's Vince, man. That's how it goes. I mean, this is a real slap. Look at this. Slow-mo. Boom. There's no clap in the hand on that. That he actually got him. Now Trump leans back. I think he's afraid to hurt him too much. So he really only gets him with his fingers in the forefront of his palm. But he does get him. But you can see Trump leans back because he's scared to hurt him. Because like right here before he hits him, you see Trump starts laughing. But man, this is a good clock right here. I love it. Yeah, his music now is legit, Heidi. You're right. Yeah, it's very heartfelt. So, all right, guys. Well, on that note, we at least ended on a high note tonight. Things are crazy, but listen, love you guys. We got to win this thing. So everybody show up. We can't afford, America can't afford for you to be blackpilled. You have no option. You have to find hope in yourself to fight. You have to. So find it and show up. If we lose, we'll deal with it later. Okay? But we're not going to act like that. We're not going to act like losers. We are believing we're going to do this and we're going to do it. And that's how it's going to go. And I'm telling you guys, like, I'm telling you, or I'm going to Trump slap you. Not really. Especially not you ladies. I'm sorry. I don't want to get banned on YouTube. But for real though, we have to defeat this evil. We have to. The policies, the people, what they're doing, what they're getting away with, it has to be defeated. It ends now. The reason it comes out, the reason these things get exposed is to be dealt with. That is why they come out. And when they come out, that's when it's time. That's when you know God's doing something. He allows it to get exposed when the people are ready to deal with it. We're ready. We're going to F this up. We're going to mess this up. We're going to do it. So we're going to win this thing. But get ready. Again, be prepared, because I have no idea what they're going to pull over the next 5 weeks. But I expect it to be intense. I do. So be ready, guys. So much crazy stuff's coming. But we're going to get through it, and we're going to have a big old celebration when this is over, and we're winning again. So we are winning. We haven't seen the results yet. So let's win, says Eric. That's right. Amen. Trump be like, keep my name out of your mouth. The Will Smith slap. Trump walking out with the diva was a meme in WWE too. Really? Oh, yes, the one. Shout out from India. What's up, brother? The SEC Indian guy stepping down? I haven't seen that. You're welcome, AC. Bless you guys. All right, let's pray and get out. Heavenly Father, thank you for today. God bless everybody here, especially those hurting the most. We pray for healing for Thomas Dubois, Jenny, Mike, God, all and everybody else who needs it. Heal their bodies, take their pain away, Lord. We ask you in Jesus' name. And Lord, I pray, God, that whatever happens this October, that God, we could weather this storm and grow stronger from it. I definitely, my prayers is that everything they mean for evil will turn to good. Will be, you'll use it to expose them, break them, all that stuff, God, that has to happen. And I pray that November 5th, we see a landslide election that cannot be refuted. And we get our people back in, and we get our country back. We get the ball rolling to get our country back. So God, guide everybody here, what they need to do for themselves, their families, and for their country if they feel so led. And we just thank you for how blessed we are, and we pray that it continues, and we win this thing, and all evil is exposed. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Love you guys. Bless you. Have a great night, and I will see you again tomorrow. After these first 2 October days, guys, I can't even imagine what's going to happen tomorrow. But anyways, one more day. 2 more days till I'm 41 as well. So that's huge, huge news for the world and America. But anyways, have a great night, guys. Love you. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.